think we're
Check. Probably need to switch the other thing onto louder than
which one is which? Yeah, this is one. All right. Why is one red and one green?
All right, Wampus Cat baseball fans, we are live. Thanks to David Thompson, we're live. He has been working for 2 hours this afternoon to set everything up, and we are in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Each broadcast location has challenges, and David has worked since, most of the afternoon to get this set up, so thank you, David Thompson. We're here today to watch your Conway Wampus Cats face off against the Fayetteville Bulldogs. And Fayetteville is a tradition-rich school with great sports and great athletics, and this year's version of the baseball team is certainly no different. We know that they're off to a good start, ranked in the state, different depending on which poll you look at, but a great baseball program in Northwest Arkansas, right by the campus of the University of Arkansas. Lots of good baseball being played here as Razorbacks open their SEC conference play this weekend. So lots of good baseball being played here and just within a few miles of each other. So, David, what do you expect to see today from Fayetteville?
Well, Fayetteville plays their conference games on Monday and Tuesday. They had a bye this week, so they played a non-conference game on Wednesday, and then they have us tonight. So they can't show a whole lot. They've got to put everything into Monday and Tuesday's conference game next week. So I imagine we'll see different arms, maybe a couple of guys, regulars get an inning or two, and then maybe a little bit of their pitching depth, and expect to see a lot of the same things from the Wampus Cats tonight.
That's right. Your Wampus Cats, if you haven't been joining us this week, are coming off a great week to start 6A Central Conference play as they won 2 games this week against the Bryant Hornets. And, David, anytime you can beat Bryant in any sport, it's a good week, especially if you can beat them twice. And speaking of that, before we get too far into baseball, we want to say congratulations to Conway Wampus Cats unified basketball team. So if you don't know what that is, it's a part of Special Olympics, but it's a really cool deal. They mix students from all kinds of backgrounds together and play basketball. And the Wampus Cats beat the Bryant Hornets today in the state championship of that, unified basketball in Hot Springs. So congratulations to the Caring Cats and people involved in that. I think we're getting ready for no national anthem. They're taking the field, so we're getting ready for, hopefully, to bring you Wampus Cat baseball soon. But Conway moved into 2-0 this week in 6A Central Conference play with 2 wins over the Hornets, 7-1 at Bryant, and last night's ended up 5-2, I believe.
Please stand and join me as we honor our nation with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence and our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Mic check.
You go.
All right, we're good here. Beautiful afternoon for baseball in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Your Conway Wampus Cats face the Fayetteville Bulldogs. You know, David, it's got to be a little bit of Fayetteville is the team that knocked Conway out last year in the state semifinals. There's $5. So Fayetteville, the Fayetteville Bulldogs are the team that knocked your Wampus Cats out last year in the state semifinals. Fayetteville was, in my opinion, probably the best team in the state, but man, they faced a really good Rogers team in the finals and just couldn't overcome them. So they finished as a state runner-up last year.
Yeah, much different Fayetteville team than last year. They had 8 seniors, and so Scott Gallagher kind of replenishing. I think we'll be in the same boat next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
This year we have the senior-laden team, and here is Sean Cover to lead things off.
Sean's second game to bat lead off, maybe third, but certainly a great stick at the plate for the Wampus Cats. Probably a little more power than your traditional leadoff guy.
Yeah, he kind of does it all. Speed, power. I think a lot of it just comes down to you want your best guys getting the most at bats.
That's definitely it.
And you put the pressure on the pitcher. He's got to give in, or if he doesn't give in, you got to lead off man on base.
That's right. Counting out a Cover, 3 balls, 1 strike. That ball misses high, and that's a leadoff walk to Sean Cover. And that brings up Max Holland. Max is catching today. And Max is going to be playing a lot of baseball in Fayetteville.
Right down the street from his future college playing home.
Absolutely. That's a called strike inside at the knee to Holland. Good pitch. Cover with a sizable lead at first. And that is a high fly ball. Plenty of time for the right fielder. Makes a catch, and that's your first out of the inning.
So Caden Dutal on the mound for Fayetteville, a lefty senior. We saw our share of lefties in Memphis.
We have seen some left-handed pitching.
Week 1, I think Bryant, though, we saw stable of right-handers.
Actually, the first guy we faced against Bryant on Tuesday was the lefty, right? I think that's right.
No, that was Moats.
Okay, you're right.
Of course, I watched 2 Bryant varsity games and 2 Bryant JV games in 3-day span. It definitely all ran together.
Yeah. This Fayetteville team, according to the senior banners, has 13 seniors, which is crazy. Crazy amount.
We got 12.
Well, we do, which is unusual for us. Voss takes it to the head.
Clip his helmet?
Yeah.
All right.
So he's
Willie Voss and Carter Crow are fighting up the chain of career hit by pitch.
That'll be a good race.
And Willie's a little bit of a smaller target, too.
Yeah. So you're saying Carter's a bigger target.
Both those are true.
2 on here, 1 out. Had a walk and a hit by pitch, and that brings up London Stewart. Showed bunt. Pulled back, called strike. London pitched against Bryant on Thursday. Be playing center field today. This is outside cover. Aggressive after the secondary lead there.
Good Conway contingency here.
There's a great
Get you some
crowd.
crowd shots here in a minute. Good excuse to get out of town a little bit early today. Head up the hill.
It's foul ball out of play for Stewart. Gonna bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're listening at home, sorry you're making the adjustment from the pro crew that did last night's game to the B team. Probably the C team, because we're not going to count the radio squad, right?
That's right. It's kind of like in college, you know, the ESPN crew comes in and does a couple games, and then leave town, and you got student radio.
Yeah.
Comes in and does the midweek game against Alcorn State.
Yeah, I don't know how many, there's ESPN 1, ESPN 2. I don't know how many numbers that goes. I don't know.
They got plus now, so
Plus.
it's unlimited, yeah.
We would be ESPN minus.
I'll hit ESPN Plus on a Friday night, and there'll be 50 college games on there
That's right.
to choose from.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Stewart after 2 fouls.
Hit
Close.
the target, but the target was
Missed
off the plate.
outside,
Yep.
Yeah. Evens the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We have a really good view of the outside corner here for the left-handers, so we'll be sure to give analysis.
And that's a hard hit ball over the second baseman's head to center. Fields it on the first hop. Runner trying to score, and he slid under the tag. Sean Cover showing his speed.
Yeah, he did.
The catcher did like the call.
He was safe. It was a close play, good throw, and really good read by Sean Cover there.
Yeah.
With the 1 out, he had to know for sure before he broke off the bag. Got a
be-
great jump and nice 2 out, 2 strike. I'm sorry, 1 out, 2 strike RBI single there for London.
Good at bat for Stewart. That brings up Carter Crow. This is high.
Well, Cole, we're not going to get any argument from the folks at home because all they can see is the backside of the umpire. It's like he moved a little bit.
Well, we don't need comments about the backside of the umpire here. Oh,
Just missed the left knee of Carter Crow.
well,
The magnet passed through the magnetic field.
I think he could have hit that the way he's standing in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here to Carter Crow. And that ball's fouled high and out of play.
There are cars parked that are probably 80 feet,
Yeah.
70 feet from home plate.
Sponsored by a local collision center.
right.
Those parking spaces.
Throw goes into right field.
Yeah, that's going to advance the runners. Strikeout for Carter Crow.
Foul tip.
He did tip it.
If he had dropped it, it would have been no advance for the runners, but it would have kept Carter alive. So 2 outs for Whit Williams, senior in right field today.
First pitch misses low and inside.
This could be a good role for Whit. You got right-handed bat, left-handed pitcher. Let's see if he can pick up that runner at second. In third.
Fouls off the breaking ball.
Is there a nicer guy than Whit Williams?
Not many that I've found. Great young man. Works hard. Fouls that off the inside pitch. Going to bring the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the first. If you're just joining us, your Wampus Cats are on the road in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Playing last year's 6A state runner-up, Fayetteville Bulldogs. Tradition-rich baseball school, as is Conway. Great non-conference scheduled game for both teams.
Good take there. He went slow, then 2 fastballs on the hands. Whit laid off that one.
Misses inside again. It's going to bring a full count for Whit Williams. Deep breath for Whit. Steps back in. Fly ball to center. And that ends the inning for the Wampus Cats, but not before they score 1 run on 1 hit. We'll be back for the bottom of the first here on the Wampus Cat Sports Network.
Bulldogs, we've got Graber, Standridge, and Davison.
And we're back. Sophomore Simon Abels on the mound for your Wampus Cats. His 2nd outing of the season.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, the left fielder, number 14, Austin Graber.
All right, so Simon Abel making his 2nd start of the season. He got the start against Memphis University last week. 5 innings, 2 earned, picked up the win. And right away, gets strike 1.
Like to see the first pitch strike from Simon Abel. Simon getting some valuable
Absolutely.
innings. Misses inside. Slow dribbler. Abel off the mound.
Boy, tough break.
There's not much you can do. Got to get to anything he can. Maybe was he better? I don't know if
There's
I think
nothing
there's
you
no,
can do
I
about
think there's
that.
no play there.
That's just the
Silas
old-
was doing a good job charging, but
Yeah.
I think that's just no man's land.
It's the old swinging bunt.
Yep.
You know, if he squares the bunt, you at least can get a head start. But,
Yeah. No man's land.
but
so.
that's obviously a good pitch by Abel there to get the extremely weak contact, but tough break.
Effective.
That's right.
That's a good pitch.
Of course, you know how baseball goes. You might line into double play here.
Yep. A lot of movement on that pitch.
I liked how in his last start, Colby, that, you know, Simon got into some trouble a couple of innings, and, you know, first varsity start, and coach let him work through it. And just got to give him confidence.
Sure.
It's no replacement for experience.
And that's a 3-pitch
That's a
strikeout
nice
for
change.
Simon Abel.
Beautiful change up there by Abel.
And the third baseman, number 22, Tanner.
I always wonder what these players tell each other when they strike out and go back to the dugout and say something to the batter. I mean, are they saying,
Yeah.
like, it was an extremely good spin rate? Or
That's a
that
great question.
two-seamer made me look like an idiot?
This is Tanner Davidson, the third baseman now for Fayetteville Bulldogs.
I think he's the one holdover starter from last season, if I recall.
This is a big-looking kid.
Abel mixing it up on pitch one.
Really good crowd from both schools here today.
I mean, there's nothing else in town to do today, Colby.
Easier to get in here than the Razorback game, and probably more economical. I think my daughter told me that hog pen tickets were $75
Oh, no kidding.
for the Razorbacks. I think $7 will get you front row here.
Yeah.
Hard hit ball.
Oh.
Voss knocks it down at first. That's all he can do. Runner's going to third.
Ball was hit hard, and I think Willie thought he had it. Took it on a short hop off the glove, but it popped away.
Did a good job knocking it down. Forcing the second baseman, Kean Brown, to come over and field the ball, and leadoff man advances to first. So now we got runners on the corner with one out, and a bit of a jam here for your Wampus Cats. Runners on first and third with one out. David, teams like to do little called plays here. Do you see any of that coming?
Well,
First
too
pitch.
late for that now.
Yep. Boss calls it. Makes a routine play difficult because of the sun.
It was
So
hit high,
It
too,
was
yeah.
hit very high, and you could tell he was trying to find it in the sun. Stayed with it till he did.
Yeah. I would say in that situation, first inning, you got your, cleanup hitter up. You got a SEC catcher behind the plate. You're going to play that one straight up. But
Now we got two outs, and that changes things for the Bulldogs and the Wampus Cats, as we need to concentrate on the man at the plate.
it's like it's Cade Rogers, sophomore. Ooh. Didn't miss by much.
I'd say if you're a sophomore starting in either one of these programs, that's
Probably a good player.
yeah. Sophomore on the mound today for your Wampus Cats. I guess we have a sophomore on the mound and one junior in the outfield, and the rest are seniors today. Is that?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
We got, is a Ryder out there? And no, Colson.
Colson,
That's right.
yep.
Colson Ashcraft, Jr. Speaking of which, Colson makes the final out.
Actually, that may be Whit Williams.
You know what?
I think that was
That was Whit Williams.
Whit Williams
That's right.
made that out.
I mean, Colston was there last night.
So we're ESPN
Yeah.
minus, but you know, it's all right.
That's right.
That ends the inning for the Fayetteville Bulldogs. We'll be back with the top of the second in just a second. All right, we're back. Wampuscat half of the second. Kean Brown to lead off for your Wampuscats. Kean Brown playing second base. First pitch misses inside. Wampuscats were able to strand a runner at third, first and third last inning. Ball's fouled.
Colby, we've got the scoreboard here. It's got score by innings, runs, hits, and instead of errors on the right-hand column, it's a pitch count.
Saw that, yeah. And Kean takes that off the knee. Yeah, I knew when I looked up there that we hadn't made 28 errors. Or 13 even. So that's how I knew.
Or it just looks like number 0 scored 28 points, has 2 fouls.
One ball, 2 strikes to count to Brown. Chased a high pitch.
Yeah, okay, changeup that just never came down. I don't know if he might have been expecting that to be a breaking ball to drop in the zone. Never came down.
That brings up Silas Cicero. Silas pitched really well against Bryant on Thursday. It's his second outing. Both have been good.
Well, let's not forget, too, got the game-winning hit with 2 outs yesterday in the bottom of the 6th.
Big hit for Silas. Just always, he's had some good at-bats. He just felt like a breakout hit was coming, and he got it at a good time for the Wampuscats.
He and Max both had 2-strike, up the middle base hits to take the lead and break the game open.
And
used the whole field.
He rounds first. That ball's down. Good at bat for Cicero. That's going to bring up junior Colson Ashcraft.
Left fielder, number 1, Colson Ashcraft.
First pitch misses high. Lefty on lefty.
Third base is playing in. I was wondering if he might want to drop a little bunt down here, but I think third baseman's taking that one away.
Throw to first, not in time.
It's that situation where the pitch nose is on deck. He's thinking, don't walk him. Don't walk him and look up and you're down. Down 2-0.
Two balls, one strike to count to Colson Ashcraft.
Good lead by Colson.
Just missed. Three-one. Probably a pretty small area that Colson wants to swing at here. Almost an identical pitch. Full count to Colson Ashcraft. And he walked him. So your Wampus Cats are in business here in the top of the second. Runners on first and second with one out. And we've got the leadoff hitter, Sean Cover. Or as he's being called today, Sean Cover. Runners on first and second for Cover. Second baseman tags and gets Cover at first for the ending inning double play. And just like that, your Wampus Cats had what appeared to be a promising inning. And
Yep. That's the setup that you wanted there, first and second, top of the order, but
it is Friday the 13th. Didn't work out
that's
for
right.
us today.
Hey,
so
Dutah got the soft contact and got rewarded.
that's it. We'll be back with the bottom of the second after this. All right, we're back. Bottom of the second. Simon Abel, 13 pitches, effective first inning.
Yep. And starts off the second with another first pitch strike.
And misses outside. A really good crowd, as you mentioned
Really
earlier,
is,
from
yeah.
Fayetteville and Conway. Conway traveled well. And that's a hard hit ball. It's going to be foul.
Able to have him out in front, reaching a little bit there.
That ball looked like it jumped off the bat. Check that bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Didn't come down for him, did it?
That's all right. It's a great. Sometimes you get guys to chase that high stuff.
Raise the eye level a little bit, then go down here.
Misses outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Well struck ball. Right to London Stewart. London takes 2 steps to his right, makes the play. Apologize, we don't have a Fayetteville roster. They did say this gentleman's playing first base. And good pitch for Simon Abel.
Yeah, Colby, this is William Preston Kendall.
Yeah, I believe they said Preston's. This is outside, even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Also listed as a sophomore.
Sophomore versus sophomore here. Cicero lays out, but it's past him.
Yep.
Ashcraft picks it up, gets it in. And a 1-out hit for Preston, first baseman, Preston Kingle.
More soft contact there from Abel, just a little ground ball that was well placed in the
Put in the right place.
6 hole. A little help for the turf maybe. So.
And Cover fills it, flicks it. Kean Brown gets the out at second. Not in time at first, but big out to get the lead runner.
Yeah, I wasn't hit hard enough. He jammed it pretty good. First pitch fastball there. This is another sophomore, Will Schaefer.
Is he a sophomore?
He's a sophomore. I think his brother played on the team last
That's
year.
right.
But I think it's like a faint memory somewhere
Yep.
in the back
No,
of my
it
head.
definitely
But
is. Yeah, he's playing at Arkansas now, I believe. I think Will may have played some in the state tournament.
Yeah, he did. He came in and pitched game before us. And, of course, I don't forget his brother.
I
was trying to play to our Fayetteville crowd that I'm told is listening to us.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a really nice pitch.
Good pitch for Simon Abel. Called a ball outside. And that's a well-hit ball, super high. Ashcraft camps under it. And that ends the inning for the Fayetteville Bulldogs. So at the end of 2, your Wampus Cats have 2 hits on 1 run on 2 hits. Fayetteville Bulldogs, no runs on 3 hits. We'll be back with the top of the 3rd after this commercial break. And we're back. New pitcher for the Bulldogs. Cade Rogers, is that right, David?
Yep, sophomore Cade Rogers.
And never know how teams are going to approach these, kind of the equivalent of a midweek game, even though it's at the end of the week. Non-conference game, you want to win, you want to perform well, but you also have to protect arms for conference games next week that both teams have. Max Holland will get the first look at Cade Rogers. Hard hit ball to second. But no problem for the second baseman, as that is one pitch and one out for Cade Rogers. You know, got to be tough to be a sophomore coming in facing Max Holland right off. That might get in my nerves a little bit. Brings up Willie Voss. Willie took a pitch to the head, but luckily it just kind of grazed his helmet. He's okay in his first at bat. Righty on lefty, runs the ball inside, gets away from the catcher.
Colby, if it's not happened yet, we're going to have 4 active players in the top 10 all-time hit by pitch at Conway High School. Some ball magnets on this team.
Another hit. Speaking of ball magnets, the second baseman for Fayetteville. There are plenty of games where the second baseman doesn't get a ball, and there's 2 right to him, and he's done a good job. Brings up London Stewart. London has one of the 2 hits for your Wampus Cats today. Righty on lefty here.
That's 2 outs on just 3 pitches for Rogers.
It's pretty efficient. Have any guesses on how long Abel will go for your Wampus Cats? One more, maybe?
Yeah, I think I'll go 3 or 4.
Yeah. London had a ball in his back pocket, and the umpire wanted the ball.
Of course he did.
Yeah. I don't know if that's illegal or not, David. You're a baseball rules guy. Hard hit ball out of play.
Thing about London is, Colby, he wakes up left-handed every day.
Every single day.
Obviously, if you got a baseball in your back pocket, you go to bat. Not a whole lot bothers you.
Part of what makes him a good baseball player.
That's right.
Not a lot bothers him. I let enough stuff bother me for both of us, probably, David. So. Another foul ball for Stewart.
One thing I did not bring, Colby, was the sunscreen, and we're getting a heavy dose of sunshine here in the stands, facing north. Sun to our left.
We're not really in the stands, David. We're in the rock ledge. Stewart stays hot. Shortstop dives, but it's out of reach for him, and he's on. Good day at the plate for London Stewart.
That's right. 2 base hits for London.
Brings up Carter Crow. Carter's DHing today. Hopefully Carter can see a pitch and get a hold of one here. That's what I'm wanting.
Yep, good speed at first base, so a gapper here might score a run.
First pitch misses outside. For joining us late, you got David Thompson to thank for the setup today.
Well, you got Jonathan Peoples to thank for the setup. I just plugged in everything that was labeled the way it was supposed to be plugged in.
Yeah, but that's no easy task.
Well, it should be.
It's couldn't get here early, so I got here right as the game started. And David rolled his eyes at me. That's a chopper. Third base charges. Comes up throwing and gets away. Crow safe at first, and now he's going to second. And Stewart's going to third. And that's a double. when it's your son. It's a double.
Yeah, we'll give him a single and second base on the air
All
there.
right, we'll take that. Now we got runners on second and third for Whit Williams.
I rolled my eyes, Cole, because you walked up the second. We finally got everything working. So it was
I've been in the
Good-
parking lot
good-
for an
good
hour
time.
watching to
Right,
see
right,
when you
right.
got things done. Good speed on the bases for the Wampus Cats. A single here, and your Wampus Cats would be in business. Also, if you're joining us late, want to give a shout out to Conway Unified basketball team as they played Bryant today in the state tournament. If you don't know what Unified basketball is, it's an incredible program that blends students from all walks of life, working closely with Special Olympics to give them a basketball playing experience. And that's 4 in a row for your Wampus
For
Cats.
Pete.
Conway Corp covered it. Levi and Tim, second day in a row, they got to beat the Bryan Hornets. So everybody was a winner at the Unified basketball game just by playing and participating. But today, everybody's not going to be a winner. So the Wampus Cats are playing the Fayetteville Bulldogs, and they got their hands full here. Third inning runners on second and third. Whit Williams at the plate. It's a good pitch.
Yeah, good breaking ball. Had a late breaking action on it.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. 2 outs. Really early in this game, but this seems like a big at bat here.
Yeah, Cats missed out on a couple of chances to put a quicker number up there.
The only thing we like that's crooked is numbers.
Whew. Thing broke a lot, but I think it stayed high.
Home crowd disagrees with you. Whit Williams agrees with you, though, and the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs to senior Whit Williams. Misses high.
That was a good idea. Came high breaking ball, then same spot with a fastball, and you could tell Wood had his eyes up there, but
Full
was able to lay
count.
off. Good breaking ball there
That's a
with
good pitch.
3-2. Yeah, that's tough. Pitch spends a lot of time in his strike zone before it breaks out.
And that ends the inning for your Wampus Cats, leaving 2 stranded on second and third. Wampus Cats lead 1-0. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this. We're back live here from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Leading off for the Bulldogs, shortstop. I believe they said Boston
Graber.
Graber, yep.
Yep. Boston Graber. This is another sophomore.
Lots of sophomores in the Bulldog lineup. I don't know if that's the norm or if that's giving them some reps on a Friday. I would say that's probably norm. That's a good pitch.
You think he's named after the Boston Mountains?
Could be. Or the Boston Red Sox. Or the Boston Celtics. Good cut. Fouled it off.
Boston Marathon? Boston Tea Party?
Lots of possibilities. I tell you, to be on the field as a sophomore again is it's impressive. So obviously, maybe a name that we hear more in the future, especially at shortstop. Swings a bat. Cicero fields it clean, makes the long throw. No problem. Cicero did a good job. Let it come to him. That's definitely a routine play. I don't know in high school baseball if that's always routine. There's a lot that can go wrong. Cicero did a good job.
Yeah, he did play it well.
And Kean Brown charges at second. He's going to have to hurry, and he does. 2 outs for your Wampus Cats. All turf field here at Fayetteville.
Wow.
Didn't miss by much. Simon's at 31 pitches.
31 pitches, yeah.
That's pretty efficient. That's a great pitch.
And Colby, I knew I recognized this name. This is Tanner Davison. I think he's a Razorback commit. And I saw some player rankings come out this week. Had Tanner listed as #1 for the class of 2027. And
Okay.
our own Nate Wanamaker also on that list. I think maybe #6 for what it's worth.
Tanner will be not going far to play his college baseball. We are just a few miles actually connected to campus. Oh, that's a hard hit. Well,
That's a can of corn.
popped off the bat, but Stewart's there, and that ends the inning for your Wampus Cats. Let's talk about Simon Abel through 3 innings, 34 pitches. Not great at math, but he's averaging just about 11 pitches an inning,
It's pretty good, Colby.
and that's pretty good. 3 outs on 11 pitches an inning. So great outing so far for your sophomore. We'll be back with the top of the 4th. Your Wampus Cats lead the Fayetteville Bulldogs 1-0 on the Wampus Cats Sports Network. All right, we're back. Kean Brown is up. Wampus Cats clinging to a 1-0 lead. Baseball, I don't know baseball well enough to know it's either been a great pitcher's duel or poor offense. I think both offenses are in a little bit of a slumber. Wampus Cats have stranded a lot of runners.
Well, you know, we talk a lot about strikeouts and guys throwing 90, and but even at this level, you just pound the strike zone, change speeds a little bit, you're going to be successful. We saw that this week in the Bryan series. You know, we didn't walk anybody on Tuesday, and they didn't walk anybody yesterday. Well, until they volunteered to walk Sean at the end there, but
Want Sean to get to max, and that did not work out.
throw strikes and take care of the baseball. It takes 3 hits to score a run.
Could be trouble. Man, great jump on the ball by the right
Good
fielder.
running catch, yeah.
Runs that down.
I think Keegan saw that ball was high, but he didn't want to leave it in the umpire's hands in case it came down in the
He
zone.
made the right choice.
Yeah.
And, man, just
Ideally, he would have fouled it off, but
yeah.
almost snuck it in right field.
Brings up Cicero, who's had a hit already today. Hitting his last at bat against Bryant. Big hit. Hopefully Cicero stays hot here.
That first pitch strike, yeah, both teams are just pounding the strike zone.
A lot of movement on that pitch. High and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to senior Silas Cicero.
We got the Cicero Bowl next week with Little Rock Christian coming to town.
Misses outside. How about that start to conference? So Bryant, who's traditional power, who's started their season winning their first series, and then so you know definitely a top 2 or 3 team in the conference, and Little Rock Christian, who's also a top 1 or 2 team in the conference.
Well, it goes farther than that. We come back from spring break and it's Cabot.
I'd say we get it.
So, yeah,
Front heavy. Cicero draws the walk. Good at bat for Silas. 1 out. Colson Ashcraft is up.
right now you've got, 4 undefeated teams, 4 winless teams, and Bryant in the middle. It's just based on matchups so far, but just shows you that it's very top-heavy conference again this year.
Jonesboro also, I think.
Yep. Yeah, Jonesboro's the.
That's going to be out of play and caught.
That was out of our view.
Oh, best we can see.
Yeah.
Turns over the lineup, brings up Sean Cover. Or Sean Cover. The umpire's wanting the bat in the dugout.
Speaking of Jonesboro, they're looking to go 4-0 in conference today, taking on Catholic, and they are up 5-2 on the Rockets.
Jonesboro was a solid baseball club.
Yeah,
last
they just
year.
seem to get a little bit better every year. Kind of a slow rebuild.
I think they, for a while, I think maybe they lost some guys to Valley View. I
Yeah,
think that's stopped.
they did.
So they
Yeah.
proved that they're a good baseball program of their own.
Coach Dotson's been there for a long time. He's coached some really good teams there. So
Yeah, knows what he's doing. Speaking of knows what he's doing, Cover's at the plate, and he knows what he's doing. Prove me right, Sean. Hard hit ball down the first base line. Foul. Silas might have been able to score if that thing would have been fair. Would have rolled for a long
yeah,
time.
a lot of slice on it. Cat's bench still retrieving the ball down there.
I don't know who drew the short straw to go get that, but they're getting
I think that was
their
Brady
workout
Bishop.
in. Brady Bishop deserves a mention on the air.
He's not afraid of hard work.
Yeah.
That's about as bad as you can make Sean look.
He reached. Good pitch by the pitcher, and
was.
that ends the Wampuscats half of the third. Your Wampuscats clinging to a 1-0 lead here after 4.5 innings. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth after this on the Wampuscats Sports Network.
Leading it off for the Bulldogs, the center fielder, number 10, Emerson Early.
And we're back.
Emerson Early up for Fayetteville.
Emerson's playing center field today for the Bulldogs. And that's a first pitch strike for Simon Abel.
Got a lot of heads rocking back after pitches like.
And Stewart moves in 2 steps and out 2 steps and makes a great catch.
I think Simon's creating some frustration among hitters.
Brings up Cade Rogers. Cade should have been a Cowboy. Like that walk-up song. Good frame by Holland. Missed outside. Foul ball, third base line. Evens the count. Both teams only 3 hits today, so I think both teams are kind of waiting for an inning where the bats wake up. A lot of that has had to do with solid pitching. It's not been overpowering pitching, but it's been solid.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't need to overpower. You just need to keep it in the zone and keep.
Third strikes, change speeds.
Yeah, and that's what Abel's certainly done an excellent job of pounding the zone.
Wow.
That ball,
He just about broke his bat on that one.
Voss fields it, and that's out number 2.
Colby, that pitch ate him up.
In on the hands, and not much the batter could do with that.
No.
Foul ball out of play.
Just no one looks comfortable in the box against Abel.
That's a great pitch.
That's beautiful.
Good job by Holland staying with it.
Yeah. A little late movement on that, too. I think the batter gave up on it.
And Abel's ahead 0-2 with 2 outs here in the Bulldog half of the 4th. Great pitch. Simon Abel through 4 innings, folks. Wampus Cats clinging to a 1-0 lead. We'll be back with the 5th inning on the Wampus Cats Sports Network. All right, we are back. Max Holland will be leading off for your Wampus Cats. Top of the 5th here. Holland batting in the 2-hole. And barely missed. Home crowd disagreed, like home crowds do. Holland's been hot at the plate. Hopefully that can continue. Maybe a little up. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Colby, Todd Abel, I'm sorry, Simon Abel at 42 pitches. What's the math on that one?
Well, I'm still going around 10. More than 10, but less than 11. 10.2.
10.2, okay. We'll go with that.
Misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, Rogers has got our guys, speaking of off balance. You see Holland and cover reach for balls like they've done here today.
That's in the turf. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Max Holland.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to get a leadoff runner on, put some pressure on the Fayetteville pitchers in the defense. There we go.
Speak it into existence. Holland draws the leadoff walk here in the top of the 5th, and that's going to bring up first baseman Max Holland.
Let's see if we're going to run for Max. We are. It's going to be Ryder Cook.
First baseman, number 2, Willie Voss.
see if we got a call here or not. I bet we do.
Wouldn't shock me to see Willie put a bunt down here. You got a pretty hot hitter on deck with London Stewart. And, this team's going to have to figure out ways to score runs in tight ball games against teams like Fayetteville. Third base is playing in, I would say, on the grass, but on the green turf, we'll say.
Beautiful field here. Nice bunt.
Gets the job done.
Good job, Willie Voss. It's going to bring up London Stewart. With one out, Ryder Cook on second. Riders into courtesy run for Max Holland, who drew the leadoff walk here in the top of the fifth. Kind of an open stance for Stewart. First pitch strike.
London took a breaking ball and then took a fastball.
0-2. Scoreboard says 2 outs, but I think that's wrong, right? Just one.
Yes, just one out.
Okay.
Hopefully Ryder Cook's aware. Oh, now they got it corrected.
London Stewart was your starting pitcher Thursday night, the game against Bryant. Made several putouts today in center field.
Boy, he saw that ball really well. Spent a lot of time in the strike zone for it. Dropped out, and that's also the first changeup he's seen from Rogers. London, a very good eye. Has a lot of long at bats.
Man. Let's go, London. Fouls it off. Staying alive.
Fayetteville playing him shaded to left in the outfield. Well, Colby, I was hoping that sun would be out of our eyes by 6 o'clock, but it's not.
Sunday we'll be wishing for sunshine. Dribbler down the first base line. It's going to go foul. Again, Wampus Cats have left a few too many runners stranded here. I don't need to figure out a way to get Ryder Cook in. A double here from London Stewart would do it. Misses low. Full count. Stewart's battled back from starting 0-2. Fouled some pitches off. It's been a great at-bat for Stewart. Now he needs to just finish it off. Win the at-bat here would be big for the Wampus Cats. Whew. Just foul down the first baseline. That would have certainly scored Ryder Cook.
Just to illustrate how efficient Simon Abel has been, he's thrown 42 pitches through 4 innings. Rogers here has thrown 2 1/3 scoreless.
Who's also done a good
He's done a good job. He's thrown 48 pitches. He's thrown 6 more than Simon.
in a good outing.
Absolutely.
I hate that. London was such a good at bat.
Yep, just a perfect pitch. Hit his spot right on the outside corner.
That was a great battle. That brings up Carter Crow with 2 outs. Let's see what Carter can do here with 1 on. 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. Wampus Cats needing a run. Cook is on second due to a leadoff walk by Max Holland and a sacrifice bunt by Willie Voss. Swing and a miss. He got his money's worth on that swing.
Yeah, I think he was looking to ambush a fastball there, and he got something off speed.
0-1 the count to Carter Crow. Broke late.
Continues to mix it up. He's probably thrown about 1/3 fastballs and 2/3 everything else.
Ball breaks late. Kind of is right on the edge of being outside the zone, but he's hitting it. And Crow's down 0-2. Dribbler back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields it and throws him out, and that ends the inning for the Wampus Cats. After 5 1/2, your Wampus Cats cling to a 1-0 lead against the Fayetteville Bulldogs. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th after this. We're back. Bottom of the 5th. First pitch strike.
First pitch fastball that time. It's almost like Kendall's looking for something off speed there, and fastball snuck on his hands. So Preston Kendall that what you heard?
That's what I heard, I think.
Williams just for show, kind
I
of?
don't know. I have headphones on, so it's hard to hear. Foul ball.
He's a well put together sophomore, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Wampus Cats continue on the road next Tuesday. David, is there a 9-10 game on Monday?
There is, yep. 9-10 home game doubleheader on Monday. Freshmen rained out on their season opener this week, so they'll do it next week.
And that ball's fouled off.
Let's see who's coming to town on Monday. It's going to be
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Little Rock Christian. That's right.
Little Rock Christian.
For the most part, we're playing the 9-10 game against the same opponent as conference each week.
Fouled off.
Good battle here between Abel and Kendall to lead off the 5th. A tight ball game. And Abel wins it. It's the foul tip, the one-hand wave.
Now ready for the Bulldogs, the catcher, number 1, Ryan Warner.
Colby, it's almost like Simon's throwing blitz ball out there, the way guys are reaching and lunging and falling over, and there you go.
Definitely pitching for both teams has been ahead of hitting today, which I don't know if I expected that to not or not.
Uh-oh.
Hard hit ball. Hard hit ball.
I think it bounced off the wall.
Must have hit the wall.
It
We
was
can't
just
see.
out of our view, yep.
Ashcraft. I saw him jump.
Yep.
Ball must have hit the wall. And for the first time in a long time, the Bulldogs have a runner on second.
The left fielder, number 7, Will Schaefer.
That brings up Will Schaefer. That was a great hit. If there would have been any wind at all.
Yeah, he
been
didn't
trouble.
get it up, but he Abel hung the pitch a little bit and turned on it pretty good.
We haven't seen a ball jump out that quick in a while.
It's the first rule of ball that's been driven by either team today.
Mhm. Luckily for your Wampus Cats, it stayed in the
Yeah.
park.
So now you got a lefty up in Schaefer.
1 out. Bottom of the 5th.
It's like William Stewart running at second base for Fayetteville.
And that's a hard hit ball,
Yeah.
foul.
Got him way out in front. Another first pitch strike. I can't see the bullpen, Colby. Can you, if we have anybody in there?
Cannot. Holland's going to go talk to the infield.
But Holland always brings good, positive energy on the field.
Level head.
Cheers his pitcher on, encourages, very positive.
Yeah.
Good leadership.
Like having a coach on the field. Exactly what you want from your catcher. Abel's ahead,
Ooh,
even in
that
the count.
just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike. I think you can tell both teams, this is a non-conference game, but both teams want to win for sure. That's a good pitch.
Yeah, it didn't quite come back over the plate. So these teams have not played a lot over the years. I think 20 times. Fayetteville's won 13 of the 20, and they've met 4 times in the state tournament, each team winning 4.
That'd be 8 times then.
8 times, yeah, something like that.
Great pitch by Simon Abel.
8 times. Yeah, 8 times. 4 each.
I told you I was good at math. 2
That's
balls,
right.
2 strikes, the count to Simon Abel.
It's a good take. In fact, last time they played here at Fayetteville High School was the state semifinals in 2015.
Okay.
3-2 win by Conway. And the final out of that game, very controversial, was made by none other than Coach Davenport at UCA.
Really?
Played for the Bulldogs, yeah.
Coach Harden's going to come out and talk to Simon Abel.
3 ball, 2 strike. Is he going to make a pitching change, 3-2?
I think
He
so.
is. It's Owen Davenport.
We'll take a break while Owen Davenport warms up. We'll be back in just a second.
Well, speaking of Davenports, we mentioned Cody Davenport a little bit ago, the UCA pitching coach, former Bulldog. And now it's cousin Owen on the mound for
Cousin
Fort
Owen.
Conway. Yeah, started his high school career down the road at Prairie Grove, and now he is here at Conway for his 3rd season, his senior season, and he inherits a 3-2 count with a runner on second.
Full count. Probably don't see that a ton, but Owen can handle it.
Ooh. Close take. Ball 4.
Can the umpire handle it? He's staring down the batter. I don't know what the batter said. Probably don't want to get Owen going here. Owen's been a Wampus-Cat for, is this his 3rd season?
Yeah, 3rd season at Conway.
Yep.
He came,
Yep.
transferred
That's
down to
right.
Conway after his freshman year. He might just be in to finish this inning. I imagine he'll be back on the bump Tuesday against Little Rock Christian, perhaps. If not, then Thursday. But
Wouldn't be surprised to see him stick around. We'll see. Definitely a game both teams want to win. That's
Silas goes and gets a short out. Thinks about stepping on third, but goes to first for the out.
huh. That's a tough hop. Silas did a great job of fielding the hop.
And that was the way to play it, was to go get it. But once he went and got it, he had run past the base. So the bad news is it moved up both base runners. So a base hit here, and the Bulldogs likely will take the lead.
2 outs, though. I tell you, that Silas had to make a quick call, and I think you're right. I think he made the right one, getting the out for sure, because I think the way he was running, he charged. All of his momentum was going forward to stop playing.
It would have been a bang-bang play at third.
At best.
Yep.
And I think he definitely run the risk of good speed on the bags for Fayetteville. So,
all right, so Coach Gallagher here is
good job,
talking to
Silas Cicero, to get the out. And that leaves your Wampus Cats with 2 outs.
I think Coach Gallagher making another move here.
We changing the batter or the runner?
Looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter.
All right. Maybe
Noah Young, the senior, with Davison on deck. So this is a big spot in the game. If you're Conway, you want to retire
2 outs.
Retire Young and let Davison lead off next inning with nobody on base.
That's it.
So a big pinch hit spot here for the senior for Fayetteville, and a big spot for the senior on the mound for Conway.
We had the battle of sophomores earlier. Now we got the battle of seniors.
Lefty-righty matchup.
That's going foul. We can't see.
It goes out of play. Yep. Yeah, once it disappears past that third base dugout, it is out of our view and the view of most of the fans over here.
I was just waiting for a reaction. That's how I was going to tell.
Yeah, that last ball that was out of play, out of our vision, was caught by Fayetteville, and none of the Fayetteville fans reacted because they couldn't see on their side.
Davenport ahead, 0-1.
Whoa.
Hmm.
2-1.
This doesn't feel like an early season non-conference game. It's got all the feels of big-time high school baseball game, which it is. Missed inside, 3-1.
3-1.
This feels like a big pitch coming for Davenport.
See how aggressive Young is here with a 3-1 count. Wow, I was behind him. Really good play by.
Great play by Holland.
Holland to save a run there.
And that loads them up.
This is not what Davenport wanted. Now it's bases loaded for Tanner Davison.
Got the UCA Bear commit going against the University of Arkansas commit at the plate here. So Division One.
Cash Standards, I think he was pinch hit for. Now he's come in to run, re-entering. So here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Big time at bat with the bases loaded.
It's 5 in a row missed by Davenport. Voss playing in at first base, but Cicero playing back at third. Now Voss backs up.
That's a good pitch.
Nice backdoor breaking ball.
Force out at any base. Just got to get the ball and tag a bag.
Voss again is moving in. I guess he's taking the defensive sign there. Now he backs up again. Swings and misses.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs here. If you're just joining us, you've joined us at a great time. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th, Wampus Cats clinging to a 1-0 lead against the Fayetteville Bulldogs. And he got him, ran that inside.
Colby, I don't know what that pitch was. It just kept running and running inside.
I tell you what that pitch was. It was big for your Wampus Cats as the Bulldogs leave 3 stranded in the bottom of the 5th. So, folks, we got 2 innings left. We'll be back to bring you the conclusion of this thriller. Wampus Cats 1, Fayetteville 0. We'll be back.
Leading it off for the Wampus Cats, the right fielder, number 22, Rick Williams.
And we are back at Fayetteville High School for the top of the 6th inning. Fayetteville and Conway. It is 1-0 Wampus Cats. New pitcher for Fayetteville is Boston Graber. And Whit Williams leading things off for the Cats. Takes the strike. So some drama there in the bottom of the 5th. Bulldogs load the bases with 2 outs, but Davenport gets a strikeout. Davison to end the inning, and that's called a strike around the inside corner. And it's 1-2 on Williams. Lines one to right, but right at the right fielder. Nice hit by Witt, but just in the wrong spot.
We haven't heard the sound of the bat crack like that too often today for either team.
Got a 2-strike off speed and stay with it and stayed inside it well, but wrong spot. Here's Keem Brown.
Senior Keem Brown.
Kean swings and misses. I think what you're seeing here is both teams throwing some younger arms, some guys that maybe not radar gun popping, but they are controlling the zone and changing speeds well and just as effective. Oh, wow. Another generous inside strike call there. When you're pounding the zone, you're going to get those calls. And
Yeah.
It's like the umpire expects it to be a strike. Just like when you're all over the place, sometimes you don't get the close calls. The human element kicks in.
That's right. And that's 2 outs for the Wampuscats.
That'll bring up Silas Cicero. Cats can try to get some started with 2 outs. Another first pitch strike.
A lot of movement.
Yeah, Graber kind of pitching on the inside to these right-handers. Front door in that breaking ball. There's a line drive right at the third baseman. Tough luck there for Cicero and the catch, but Conway goes in order, Colby.
Hard hit ball and to the wrong place. Got to hit them where they ain't. At the end of 6.5.
5.5.
That's what I said. 5.5. The Wampuscats lead Fayetteville Bulldogs 1-0. We will be back for the last inning and a half here on the Wampuscat Sports Network. We're back with a new pitcher for your Wampuscats. Senior Willie Voss. That move has moved Sean Cover to first base.
Yep.
Simon Abel to shortstop.
Yeah, Simon re-entered for Owen Davenport. Since Simon was a starter, he could do that.
Ryder Cook, I believe, is entered in right field. Could be wrong about that.
I believe you are correct. And that will give Coach Harden the option. When his spot comes up again, he can re-enter Willie if he wants to. I'm sorry, Willie. Re-enter Williams. Or bat Ryder, or keep in for defense if the Cats take the lead.
One-run ball game here from Fayetteville Bulldog Stadium.
And Willie comes in like everybody else and gets ahead in the count.
Oh, 0-2 the count. Three-pitch
How about that?
strikeout for Willie Voss.
Welcome to the game, Willie Voss.
Man, the pitching today for both teams has been unexplainably good.
It's been a clinic.
Yeah.
I mean, just changing speeds, throwing strikes. Nobody looks comfortable in that box today.
People say in baseball that the hitting takes longer to develop as the season goes on, but I don't think either of these teams, I mean, it's not the first game of the season for either. Within the first 2 weeks, I believe Fayetteville won a couple conference games this week. Is that right?
They were off this week. They won a non-conference game
Okay.
on Wednesday, and they won their 2 openers last week
That's
against
right.
Springdale. So 6A West plays. They also have 9 teams like the Central, so they've got to start week 1 like we do with conference, and they opened against Springdale last week.
Just outside.
Doesn't get the call in the corner there.
Does not. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. See if Willie can run in one here. Hard hit ball. Right to
Right,
Colson
Ashcraft.
Ashcraft. Backs up 2 steps, makes the catch. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th.
Yep. I mean, 3-1 count, Colby. You don't want to walk him. Even if he hits the ball hard,
Absolutely.
you might get an out of it, and that's exactly what happened.
Glad to see Voss throw a strike there for sure. Don't want to walk. Let your defense work, and that's what he did. And he's going to let the defense work again as that's hit right to London Stewart, and that's going to retire the inning.
8-pitch inning for Willie Voss.
Great inning for the senior Willie Voss. And, folks, you need to stick with us. We're going to bring you the 7th inning here in just a second. Conway 1, Fayetteville 0. Pitchers duel here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the Wabascat Sports Network.
And we are back in Fayetteville for the 7th inning. Conway with a 1-0 lead over the Bulldogs.
Colson Ashcraft up.
And what do you know? First pitch strike. So Ashcraft, you're leading off the inning. Let's try to find a way to get on base for the top of the order.
And it's off the
Pitcher
glove of the
deflected it.
pitcher.
Good play by a second baseman. That was a routine play until the pitcher got in the way.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Good job by.
They tell you anything, you can put a glove on to do it, but I don't know if that's always true.
Now batting for Conway, the shortstop, number 18, Sean Cover.
Well, the bad news is your Wampuscats only have 1 run. The good news is here in the top of the 7th,
Yeah,
Sean Cover's up. So
rather be us than them at this point.
That's right. Hard hit ball through the gap for Cover. And that puts him on. And that brings up Max Holland. So this 1-2 punch has been effective for the Wampuscats this season. We're going to speak into existence that it's going to be effective today. Cover with the big lead at first. Good speed.
Even if the Cats could just scratch out 1 run here, that would just feel really big.
Cat scratch. I see what you did there. They could scratch out a run. It would be big. Would be big. Throw to first, not in time. David's the baseball purist of the group, so you probably think this is really, really good baseball. 1-0.
It's good baseball.
And that's hit
Straight
a mile
up.
high. And caught by the pitcher. 2 outs here. Top of 7. Brings up first baseman / pitcher, Willie Voss.
Baseman, number 2, Willie Voss.
There's a local online scouting service down there that's been trying to get cell phone video of hits today, and I don't think he's had much luck.
No. He's got some good pitching highlights, though, I'm sure.
Both teams have only managed 4 hits apiece today. Wampuscats scored a run in the first,
Way back in the first.
back when the sun was up. Threatened a couple other innings, left some runners stranded. One ball, 1 strike. Count to Willie Voss. 2 outs here. Top of 7. That's got you up to speed. Wampuscats needing a hit. That was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, I'd stayed up, though. I'll say it's been a well-called game by the home plate umpire. One of the best we've seen this year so far.
I'll let you say that. It has been good. Good, clean game. Missed inside. 3-1 the count to Voss.
Any way to get that runner in scoring position would be big.
And that's going to drop. Good piece of hitting. Cover holds it second. And that brings up London Stewart. Good at bat for Voss. Good to see him getting his bat going.
Center fielder, number 14, London Stewart.
Willie had a great inning on the mound. Now a good inning at the plate. So Stewart's up. Stewart's had some big hits in this young season.
Yep, Cover with good speed at second. So you think anything to the outfield, 2 outs, pretty much get the run home. Left field's playing pretty deep. Right field, I'd say kind of medium depth, maybe a little bit shallow even.
0 wind. Not a factor at all right now. First pitch misses high. This is a big situation. London, one of the more relaxed players on the team, which is good here. Misses inside. Great crowd today at Fayetteville High School. Beautiful field.
I love the parks, Colby, that sit up high. You kind of walk down to the seats. You really gives you a good view of the game.
Definitely walk down to this one. There's a reason they call it the hill. This is hills everywhere here.
Says London offered at that.
Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Coach Harden going to courtesy. I think he just realized that Willie's the pitcher of record right now, so allows him to courtesy, and that's going to be it's like C.J. Gibson.
Also gives London a little break.
I guess this is a freshman varsity debut for C.J.
All right. Nothing like getting thrown in the fire here.
Yep. His job is pretty simple here. The ball's hit, you go.
Yep. Not a lot to read. And he got
gets
him
on the inside corner. Nice pitch for 2 strikes. Welp.
Folks, that ends the Wampuscat half of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the 7th. Conway clinging to a 1-0 lead against the Fayetteville Bulldogs. We'll be back on the Wampuscat Sports Network. All right, we're back, and if you're just joining us or you joined us late, you had missed a lot of hitting. You missed a pitching clinic by both teams. We are in the bottom of the 7th, and your Wampuscats are clinging to a 1-0 lead. 1 run that they scored in the first inning 2 hours ago, and no run has been scored since.
Cats threatened each of the first 3 innings, left multiple runners on base and couldn't get them home, and since then, not much brewing at all. And Fayetteville really only threatened 1 inning, and that was they loaded the bases in the 5th. And Davenport got the strikeout of Davis in the inning. And how about Willie Voss? Scoreless 6th, and he's out there to try to finish it off here in the 7th.
Third pitcher for your Wampuscats, a pitching gym by sophomore Simon Abel to start. Owen Davenport came in and got him out of a jam and was very effective. And Voss has come in and pitched a great inning. So. Tough spot for Voss. Not
Yeah.
a ton of varsity innings.
This is probably Voss's game to finish either way this inning.
Hard hit ball up the middle. Leadoff man gets on for the Bulldogs. Not what we wanted if you're a Wampuscat fan. Just a hard hit ball right up the middle.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, the catcher, number 1, Graham Plummer.
Catcher, I believe they said Graham Plummer, but I can't always hear the name correctly. So Fayetteville fans, if that's wrong, I apologize.
Yep, Graham Plummer's the name on the roster.
Good pitch.
That was a good pitch.
Even if Plummer would have taken a cut at it, I'm not sure what he could have done with that. It's a great place.
But almost hit him. I think that might have been Daddy Plummer in the stands wanting him to wear that one to the team.
That would have helped him here for sure.
It's hard on a breaking ball. You don't know if it's going to die back over the
Especially
plate.
it was high.
Yep. Nice
Oh,
pitch.
good pitch by Voss.
Went inside on the first two, then went away with that 1-1 fastball.
Home crowd didn't like it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Graham Plummer.
And Coach Harden's going to go another 2-strike pitching change, Colby Crow, as Nate Wanamaker, Tuesday starter, is going to come in and try to close this thing out.
Great job by Willie Voss.
So Willie gets the Dogs out in the 6th. And after leadoff hitter reaches, he gets to strike 2. And now Nate's going to have 3 pitches to try to put away the hitter here. We'll come back in just a minute.
Bring you the exciting conclusion in just a second. And we're back. The 4th pitcher for your Wampuscats, junior Nate Wanamaker.
Yeah, good chance to work Nate in a different spot than he's used to working. We might need him out of the bullpen later in the season in a big spot. So he has mostly started really all of last year. In fact, he's an opener for a while. Then he earned a spot in the rotation, and so he replaces Simon Abel. Abel goes back to the dugout. Cover goes back to shortstop. Willie Voss goes back to first base, and We got a 1-2 count, Colby, on the hitter.
No outs here. Leadoff man on with a single up the middle. Making the 5th hit for the Bulldogs of the game.
So Plummer here. A tough spot. Oh, my.
That looked good.
Must have been called high. Start him off the breaking ball. It's 2-2. I will say that this umpire's not gone up in the zone as much as we've seen some other guys this year, which I think is good.
High, pop fly. Voss is calling it. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 7th.
All right, Colby, well, we are a ground ball away from escaping this thing.
Love to see it.
For the Bulldogs, the left fielder, number 7, Will Schaefer.
So Will Schaefer, the batter.
Schaefer will be the second Bulldog batter for Nate Wanamaker. Pretty good sized lead at first. First pitch is outside. The left-handed Schaefer.
Right down the middle for ball 2. Max Holland turned around and asked, "Did you call that a ball?"
Oh, man.
He just missed that one. And that one came in well above the knees, right down the middle.
Oh, man.
Wow. I don't know if he didn't adjust to the hitter being a little bit shorter than the last guy or what. Wow.
Fouled it off. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Schaefer. Inside. Maybe high. I don't know.
Yeah.
3-1 the count to Schaefer.
That probably was a little bit off, but you know what? The call he didn't get 2 pitches ago, that's a whole different situation. You might have to swing at that. Now it's 3-1. What a huge swing that was.
Runner on first
What's
after
been a well-called game. A bad spot to miss an obvious pitch.
hard hit ball past the shortstop.
Yeah.
And the Bulldogs are in business here. Runners on first and second, 1 out for Nate Wanamaker.
Yeah, I mean, nice 3-1 swing in there, but again, the hitter, that he can just sit on a fastball in that situation because the count was flipped in his favor.
All right. Here we go.
So base hit ties it maybe, a double play ends it for the Cats, a gapper ends it for the Dogs.
I like.
Lots can happen here.
Feel really good about having Nate on the mound. I think that's great. Home crowd didn't like that one.
I don't understand it. Nate's Nate's throwing from basically behind the hitter's ear. It's gonna cross the plate and end up a little bit off the plate when the catcher catches it.
and sticks his bat out. That could be trouble. Ashcraft got a good jump on it. Ends the threat there.
Yep, you're right, Colby. That looked like it might be a little bit of
Could've
trouble
been.
off the bat.
If he wouldn't have made the right read. A lot of times you pause, and he paused long enough. But
Well, here we go, Colby. Cash changers up. We got Davison on deck and 2 outs. So we're kind of where we were in the 5th inning, where this is the guy the Cats want to get with the big bat on deck.
again, this is a big moment in this game. 2 outs, bottom of 7. Runners on, first and second.
A little bit down.
It's a good first pitch.
Got a lefty. Righty matched up for the Bulldogs. That's what they want. That's why you saw the pinch hit last time when Davenport was on the mound.
Foul ball.
What I like about Nate Colby is he pitches when he's ready. He's going to sit there. He's going to take a couple breaths from the stretch, make you wait for him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Your count, 2 outs. In pitcher's day here at Fayetteville.
That one stayed away. Max tried to bring it back in, but
He did.
change up off the plate.
2 balls, 1 strike. Couldn't fool the umpire. That's a hard hit ball. The outfield. Ashcraft's there. And that ends the game for your Conway Wampus Cats.
Never a doubt, Colby Crow. Never a doubt.
Maybe a little doubt.
So that RBI single way back 2 hours ago, it holds. That is not what we expected.
Simon Abel gets the win. So
Shout out to the River Dogs. We got Simon Abel with the win, and we got Nate Wanamaker with the save. I believe their first career on either side. Or I guess Simon got the win Wednesday, so good for them. Good for the Cats. Look, we're not hitting the ball. We're not hitting the ball right now. It's just the reality. Not hitting the ball, but nothing you can do about it but grind through it and keep playing and find ways to win.
well, we did find a way to win, and that's the best takeaway. The bats are not where they will be. We'll put it that way. The bats will wake up. There's too much talent from top to bottom of this lineup to keep us with 1 run. And man, yesterday we didn't swing it well. Today we didn't swing it well, but we won both games. And so it's always good to come to Northwest Arkansas, especially to Fayetteville, tradition-rich baseball program, and get a win. And that's what we did today. 1 run in the first inning was enough. Great pitching from both ball clubs. David, next week your Wampus Cats have Tuesday game against Little Rock Christian at Little Rock Christian. Little Rock Christian's undefeated in the 6A Central, so that'll be a big conference matchup.
Yep, and they were second place last year behind us in conference, so they'll be up there again this year, I think.
It's a lot at stake on Tuesday on a road game. So for the second week of conference, you got your conference champions playing your conference runners up, and we'll play them again on Thursday at home. And good Lord willing and internet working, and we'll be able to bring you both of those.
Well, we'll have another fun non-conference next Friday at Valley View.
Valley View. Yeah. Nothing like playing close to home. So Valley View, if you don't know, is close to Jonesboro, and you can't get there from Conway. So we'll try to bring you those games if David Thompson can set up all the things. The internet has to work, and lots of things David and Jonathan and lots of folks do behind the scenes to bring you this broadcast. Wampus Cats get the win tonight, 1-0 against a good Fayetteville Bulldogs team. Dave, is there anything else?
No, I don't think so. You just never know what you're going to get in these non-conference games. Sometimes you get a slugfest, and in this case, we got a well-pitched game by a lot of different arms for both teams.
Good baseball. Just again, the hitting was out of sync for both squads, but that had a lot to do with the pitching. So,
well, let's give the Wampus Cats defense credit as well. I mean, they made every play today. No errors in the scoreboard. No spot for errors in the scoreboard, but
no room for errors here.
They made every play,
and including some tough plays. I mean, there was a lot of plays that could have went either way. The infield and the outfield did a good job, and
pitchers through. You don't give up extra base hits. You don't walk guys. It is hard to give up runs. It takes 3 hits in an inning to score, and Sean Cover opening the game with a walk. That's your only run of the game. So
true. Well, for David Thompson, I'm Colby Crow. Thank you for joining us on the Wampus Cat Sports Network. We'll see you on. Actually, if you want to hang around, we're going to stream the
JV
junior varsity game.
Yep.
So that'll be here in a few minutes. And next varsity broadcast will be Tuesday at 5 p.m. from Little Rock Christian. Not the easiest place to get the internet, but we're running cables as we speak.
I think Elon's got us.
All right. Hat tip to Elon Musk and Starlink. Folks, thanks for joining us on the Wampus Cat Sports Network. For David Thompson, I'm Colby Crow.